Alright, so Tim finally made it. Rip
Back the
my car.
up. Put the rear end on the curb, and then we'll jack the front of it up.
It's gotten worse, dude. Oh my god.
I can see where you backed in, look.
Yeah, I know, it's like...
Okay, you're good. You're on the curb now, so just...
That's actually really smart. On the bright side, that doesn't look like 4 quarts. If it's, I don't know if it's dried up yet or not. Oh, the puddle dried up on the battery terminal. That's good.
Oh, that's a plus.
It's hard to see, but it's just all over the place. You can see it's like got little splatters back there, all over the...
Alright, your car's coming up.
It was so much worse yesterday, though. So, we just went to check to see if there was actually anything in the dipstick. We pulled the dipstick out, and... Oh yeah, look at that, too.
Your belt's spraying it everywhere.
We pulled out the dipstick, and fucking smoke started coming out. Oh, it's doing it again. I don't know if you can see that or not. Now I'm fearing internal damage. I hope to God I did not blow this motor. With how much trash people talk about how strong these motors are, but there's smoke coming out of there, so that means it's getting, like, we turned the car on for less than 30 seconds to get it onto the curb, so, but we're getting the car ready for the oil pan gaskets. Also, it's all on this side of the car. It's all on the right side, the passenger side of the car. There. Oh, that's nasty. Here's the gasket box. Also, rip to my new shoes, but they're more comfortable than my Vans, so.
Look at all of them bolts, and then look at that bolt in there.
Oh no!
And then look at all these bolts back here that have this plastic, whatever the fuck. I didn't even crawl back under and look at those.
Can we at least figure out where the leak is coming from? So clean up everything that has oil on it?
Somewhere on this side, because look at
well,
this,
yeah.
look at this. So wherever it is, it's this area.
Hey, at least my starter's still clean. That's new. There's a bolt back there we can't even get to if we tried. But I still want to figure out where it's leaking from. So there's got to be another leak that's larger than the oil pan. So Tim came all the way out here for us just to realize that we can't even take the oil pan off. So right now we're on our way to O'Reilly's or some auto parts store to get engine degreaser so we can get all the oil off of the underneath the engine bay everywhere that it is, so we can turn it on and actually hopefully pinpoint the leak. He says he hopes it sprays out.
Because then it'll be super obvious.
Yeah, then it'll be super easy to fix, but when has working on cars ever been that easy? Made it to O'Reilly's. So we went in and got some engine degreaser. And we were talking to the guys in there, and one of them suggested to look at the oil filter because if it has a bad seal on it, which might make sense because the last oil change I didn't do myself. I had the shop do it, the Valvoline place that I told you guys about. So the guy was suggesting that if the seal's broken, then the oil would shoot out in the 360-degree like rotation. So that might be something we need to check out. But I still got this because my engine's still covered in oil, whether we fix the oil leak or not. So we're back. Got the microfiber cloths. They're dirty, even though I washed them last night. They're not as dirty as they were originally.
It's really dented. Feel it. That might be the reason why. It might have a hole in it.
Well, I feel like the axle next to it would probably be soaked as well.
Well, the axle's spinning, so I don't want to take the oil filter out, but then again, there's no oil in it to begin with. So, should I just pull it out?
Loosen it up, I guess. How?
Nope. Can't get grip on an oily ass surface.
Is this tight again like it was last time? I don't think that's why. It's not soaked like I feel like it would be if it was the reason.
I mean, we could turn the car on and find out. Oil was oozing out of the bottom of the filter. Like it was running down the side from like behind it.
From where?
The oil filter. It was dripping right off of it. So I think we found our problem. Let me find a clean
Here,
spot.
go turn the car on for a second.
Oh, yep.
Go ahead. I see it. At high RPMs, that could be shooting the fuck out of there.
There's your leak.
That's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Everywhere around the filter is soaked. So whoever the motherfucker that changed my oil last fucked it up at Valvoline.
How long has it been like that?
It's gotta have been like a month.
How expensive is it to buy a new filter?
I don't know, we're about to go find out. Because that's definitely, the car was running for less than 5 seconds. And,
it was like...
And you could see it.
So...
Okay.
away.
I'm gonna be so mad, but also extremely happy at the same time if the problem was actually an oil filter.
Hey, that guy was right though.
I was gonna say, guys, I was just thinking about that. I'm gonna give major props to the guy at O'Reilly's because he was the one that suggested it was the oil filter. Even though whenever we first initially got underneath there, I looked at it and I was like, well, it might be that. Tim also suggested that might be the issue. Another trip to O'Reilly's. Here we go. All right, so we got the filter. We're gonna spray the engine or the oil filter with degreaser, and then try to pop the filter off. God damn.
You can't get a good angle on it either.
I just realized all of the oil is gonna spill out when you do that.
What oil?
There's like no room. I'm trying to. She's like 5. Here, you come down here and try it.
Nope. This ain't gonna happen.
So I don't know if I updated you guys or not, but right now we're currently waiting on Thomas to get here with an oil filter wrench. Alright, so it is the next day. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember where I left off yesterday, but Thomas never ended up coming. I went ahead and told Tim to just go ahead and go home because it was getting a little bit late. So currently 9:01 a.m. Huge shout out to my stepdad for letting me borrow his car. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to O'Reilly's and grab an oil filter puller. I'm tired of messing with it. It should not be this hard to get an oil filter off. It really should not be this hard. So, and there's no way in hell I'm getting it off with my hands. So yeah, also, my stepdad's car, it's a 2014 Chevy Sonic, and it's a manual. I've always wanted a manual. There's my baby just sitting on the curb. Alright, so we went in and got the oil filter wrench. Also, I was thinking about this. For those of you guys that are like, man, why didn't you just buy an oil filter wrench in the first place, you know? That probably would have been the smarter idea. Yeah, it probably would have been, but we weren't that smart yesterday, so. But like I said earlier, it shouldn't take an oil filter wrench to get the filter off. It shouldn't take that much effort, but that's kind of my fault. The first trip we made, I should have gotten an oil filter wrench. I kind of cleaned up the control arm a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but that was our bunk job of trying to duct tape it so we can actually get some grip on it. We took the wheel off so we can get a little bit more clearance on the filter. I didn't feel like putting it back on, so I just dropped it in the car. And there's the toolbox, the oil pan, all that fun stuff. I just dropped everything in the car and called it good. I really didn't want to mess with it last night, So after like 5 solid minutes of full strength turning, I finally got it loose. But before I get it off, I'm gonna check my oil level so that I know so that oil doesn't spill out of my oil filter, because there is still a little bit of oil in the car, I believe. So there's about a quarter of oil on the dipstick. So, and since the car is angled like this, nothing should come out, but if any does, it's fine. I'm putting brand new oil in it anyway, so. Oh yeah, and on a side note, my rotors look disgusting. I need new pads and rotors. So that's like kind of next on the list. So we got the new filter on, and I'm about to start the car and go over there and check on it and see if it's still leaking. There is no dripping at all. So I'm back in the car. Everything seems to be running fine. I'm not getting any warning lights on the dash, so I'm gonna go ahead and let the car warm up a little bit. I gave it a couple revs to see if anything was gonna happen. The car seems to be running fine.
3 days later.
Alright, here what is going on, guys. It is like 3 days later. It has not stopped raining whatsoever. And I've been kind of trying to wait for it to stop raining so that I can check for leaks underneath the car if I need to. In the last few clips, I got the oil filter on, and I don't believe it's gonna leak again, but I wanted to take it for a test drive around the block, but I don't have enough oil in it. So I went and bought some more oil after the last few clips you saw, but I never put it in because I didn't want to put it in just for it to leak out if it does. So, but I've been waiting for this rain to stop, and it literally hasn't stopped at all in like 3 days. Right now, I'm going to just go ahead and put the oil in. I'm gonna put half a quart in. I'm going to drive the car around and then look around the oil filter, make sure it's not leaking at all, and try my best to see if there's any leaks underneath the car. It's gonna be kind of hard to do that. I don't really have a choice in this. I need my car tomorrow for a meeting. So like I said, what I'm gonna do right now, half a quart of 5W30 in it. There's still a little bit of conventional 10W30 in it from when we put it in from 39th Street. But there's very little in it. There's really not enough that's to be noticeable. So I don't exactly know if you can mix it. I don't think my motor's not gonna explode. I think I'll be fine. I think I can pretty confidently say this is the dirtiest my car has ever been since I've owned it. I'm gonna let it warm up for like 30 seconds, then I'm gonna take it around the block. So I'll update you guys in a second. The oil filter looks pretty clean, and I don't see any leaks underneath the car. I think we might be solid. So as far as I can tell, as far as I can see, everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the rest of the oil in there and then call it good. Alright guys, so I put some more oil in it and I think we're pretty much good. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the video up here. This took a lot longer and a lot more work than I thought it was going to take, but I'm super thankful that it was just an oil filter. Kind of blew up to be a little bit more than I expected it to be. And if there's any updates, I will be sure to make a video and let you guys know. I'm gonna get to cleaning up this car. It's disgusting. It's the worst it's ever been. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this where we're actually getting down and working on the car. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.